Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. Wow, Georgians had some kind of day today. If you're 45, 55, 65, or 75, then I'm talking to you. I am speaking to you because I want to talk to you about excellence. Excellence in everything we do, excellence in everything you do, how you carry yourself, what you think about you every day. What do you do to make you better? And the reason why it came to mind, I was going to talk to you about the wonderful place where I went today, where I presented my books, how well received Reverend Jerome Banks and I were today. I was over at Morehouse. We were housed in the Roosevelt down in Fresh Street Bottom, or it's called the Atlanta Student Movement. I did a whole speech on humanistic geographies, unlocking the power of place across disciplines. It was exciting to make that presentation. Dean Regine Jackson was the convener. She is the Dean of Arts and Sciences at Morehouse College. I felt so good about that. My dad having gone to Morehouse, my mother is Spelman, and I'm a Spelman grad. And then we went on to have Dr. Monique Earl Lewis was there from Morehouse, and then Dr. Mary Hooper was there from Clark Atlanta, and then Miss Spencer was there from Spelman College. It was just an awesome event. I'm very happy to have had people come out to listen and hear the presentation. That it did my heart good. I got kind of sick in the middle of it, but it was okay. I didn't know I was at it was a wake-up call for me, but nevertheless, my daughter was there to, encourage me and hold me up and make sure I got water and, just help me out 100%. So I'm always grateful for Evelyn for what she does to keep me going. I also want to thank Clark Atlanta University's print shop for printing out the best information at the last minute. It was a fascinating event. And then my books are, if you go to Amazon.com and look up Who Lived Here, Where to Go, you would just enjoy, I think, if you're in urban planning or any kind of city planning, you will enjoy each one of the books that's out now. And I want to thank Beverly Maddox for doing Who Lived Here, Where to Go site. And of course, I started with the Absalom Jones Center for Racial Healing. We did a monograph. So having said all that, I was going to talk to you about the presentation and information from the presentation. But right before that, before I came to sit down, I got a text from Beverly Fontaine. Love you, Beverly. Brilliant woman, brilliant artist. And she sent me a video about Ralph Lauren, who has a new array of clothing just with Morehouse and Spelman. They have a combination, and I'm hoping in that money is being given to Morehouse, and money is coming to Spelman to help with the scholarships. That's what I would hope the money is going towards, scholarships, so we can keep our students in school, get the best students, give them scholarships, get the best students around the world into Morehouse and Spelman. But the clothing is just fantastic. But what I liked, Beverly Fontaine, and I thank you, I have not been to Martha's Vineyard. It was always somewhere that Hollywood people went, or people with money, and I never thought of it being a place where the Black people went. And my daughter did get a chance to go, and I'm so happy about that because I missed the opportunity, and I'm not sure how I could get there at this point. But I've been there vicariously. I've been there through through technology. And today, the video that was sent to me by Beverly Fontaine, if you see it, is Ralph Lauren is doing the history of the Bluff and Inkwell and Martha's Vineyard, with Black people, the Black people that we remember, at least my age group remembers, and the Black people that being cultivated. We weren't like you see on TV. We didn't stab and shoot people. We weren't drug addicts, and we were not unhoused. And there was an intellectual group of people that were well read and well spoken and studied hard and had merit and achievement and passed this along. They had purchasing power, and they purchased properties up in the Martha's Vineyard area, and they invited people, artists, and I saw where Beverly Sheftal is one of the people who was there all the time, and major artists and major politicians and major people who helped develop the culture, or was part of the what you call Atlanta. Martha's Vineyard Black culture. I was just fascinated with this video, and it's on YouTube. I'm fascinated because you saw Black people at the beach, at their own beaches. Nobody was throwing acid in the water. Nobody was shooting, and nobody was making life miserable. It was a place of peace. And so I said all that to my 45, 55, 65, and 75 years. I need you to find your place of peace and make a space like that. It doesn't have to be at Martha's Vineyard. It could be on your street. It could be anywhere in your neighborhood. It could be within your family. It could be within your four walls. It could be in your one-room studio. Did you hear what I said? It could be in your one-room studio. My mother always told me this. And when she first told me, I didn't get it. But I got it after a while, and it really makes a difference once you get it. Make your home your castle. Let me say it again, Reno, for the people in the back. Make your home your castle. Not what they doing up the street, not how they got their castle. Put in your one room, one bedroom, two bedroom, 5 bedroom, whatever it is that is yours. In your, I've seen people make buses over into homes. I see people doing tiny houses. You have got to find a space that is yours, that is peaceful and clean the way you want it, that the air flows through it, and you're able to put around little things that you like. And when you walk in, you have a feeling of peace. I heard them say in this documentary that's on YouTube that when they were in Martha's Vineyard, it was a place of peace. It was peaceful, and it was safe, and it was secure because nobody was bothering them. In other words, white people didn't know probably they were there. That's one thing. And the enemy didn't know they were there. There were certain types of people, black, white, purple, or green, that did not know that they were in this space that was carved out in the 1900s, early 1900s, carved out by some people who decided that we're going to take this little piece of land that nobody's paying attention to. See, it's some little pieces of land around America that nobody's paying attention to. Go get that little piece of land. Go get that little piece of land that nobody is paying attention to and turn that into a space for you and your family to enjoy. That it's a peaceful place. That whatever's going on out here, see what they said when school was out, they all got in their cars in a wooden. I heard one of them say, the commentary said, they were in a wooden car, like a wooden, what those cars used to be. I saw them growing up. I can't think right now. But they put all the kids in the car. They closed down their home wherever they were, and they went to Martha's Vineyard. They crossed over the water, and nobody paid them no mind. You need to go where nobody's going to pay you no mind. That's all poor English, but that's what I'm saying. It's my understanding when we go back and forth to Alabama a lot, we do, because my daughter and her husband are pastors and not pastors. Well, they were pastors, but they have upgraded to a different level, different titles. He's presiding elder, and of course the wife is upgraded to district supervisor. And I said all that to say we're in Alabama a lot, and we passed something called Pine Mountain. And I remember, I think it was Archbishop John Lewis who talked about Pine Mountain, but I don't hear people talking about going to Pine Mountain, you know, and maybe that's a good thing, and maybe that space that could be the Martha Vineyard of Georgia, South Georgia. But there are many nooks and crooks, cricks. When I drive around cross country and cross different places that are so peaceful that nobody would know you were there. You could start your own little something, you know, with just your family. Is there a family reunion place that you love to go? Oh, by the way, I think I found Hampton today, or she found me. I found, you know, coming out of the South, they had different spellings. So my grandfather spelled his name Hamilton, and his brother, by the time he got to Boston, Chicago, he spelled his name Hampton. And that's maybe what they heard somebody say. They heard Hamilton, but they spelled it Hampton. And so there's a bunch of Hamiltons and Hamptons that are kin to one another. And so I was glad to find that young lady today. And I never told anybody where I spoke today about a slice of life. I don't know why. It was so academic, and I really, really, really wanted to share the work, who lived here, where'd they go, that I failed to mention. We had a show that I need to have 1,000 people by my birthday. I digress, which is August 2nd. I want my 45 and 55 and 65 and 75-year-olds to think about maybe gathering money and doing something different with it. Now, what do I mean by that? There's a man on TikTok, I think, or one of them, where he has to have the latest tennis shoes. And they already told you those shoes cost $12 to make, or maybe $5 to make. And he insists on going out and paying hundreds of dollars for it. I do not understand that. When the people have told you, you can go directly to them and they will send you the same tennis shoe. You see, because I want you to take that money and then invest it in this property where you're going to have everybody come and visit right there. I saw on another TikTok maybe where there's a black family that purchased a lot of land. They own a lot of land, and they all have houses on that land. And they visit one another when they want to, but it's family property. Here's the thing about that. We all know, and I'm not going to accuse all white people, but it'll be somebody white that will look over and see us prospering and will come and get a whole lot of them to destroy our property to make sure that we don't enjoy it. I saw, or in this historical, well, we know about Black Wall Street, but there was some during the time in Levittown and places like that where black people were renting and buying property where it was normally all white, and they went in 4,000 or 5,000 of them, or some kind of huge, because they have to do things en group, you see. Went into the people's apartment, now not even a house, and took everything and tore it up and threw it out just to destroy their things so they can feel better. And I don't want to believe that white people will only feel better when they destroy our property, because they haven't figured out in their own minds that it's so much better to work together, to live together. There's enough room on this earth for everyone, and then they don't know the history of where they came from. So they're going and lying and living on a myth of color is going to make you have more and do more, but that's not what's doing it. It's the rules that already been in place. It's the systemic racism that's already been, these systems have already been set up in such a way that they profit you, and they do not profit black people at all. And that's a system. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. It has everything to do with the way the systems have been set up to make sure that we are denied, to make sure we're not included. And when you're going to wake up and know that, and you're walking around like you know everything, when in fact it was all set up for you to succeed, whether you came from another country or not. And these immigrants need to quit flaunting in my face how they came here with nothing and got everything, and they have white face privilege. Really? You need to stop talking to all of us about that, because we all know better. My black face shows up somewhere. No, people already have made a decision when I walk in. And that is why I said, find your places. Find a place for you and your family to enjoy. Why people are trying to escape and come to America. We're already in America. So we don't have to escape. We might have to escape from America. I don't know. I had a dream. I got to see. I may not be around when it happened, but I'm going to tell you, I had a dream that we all were going to have to escape to Canada. I did. And that the fur coats that we have are going to come in handy when we all have to go to Canada. And in the dream, I remember telling them to turn the mink coat over so they don't see the mink, that they only see the outside of the coat, so they won't be accused or killed. I don't know, wasn't that crazy? But somebody along the way might say, Georgianne said that back on July 28, 2025. But it came to me. And then so let me say, if that has to happen, and you have your mink coats, because you're gonna need that if you're gonna escape, depending on how far up in Canada you gotta go. Then you turn the coat inside out. Turn the coat inside out. And so if the fur is next to you, you close the coat up, and it just looks like a regular coat. Because in the dream, it seems that they killed anybody who looked like they had money or looked like they had mink. I don't know, it's a crazy dream. But I'm gonna put it out there. I digress. I just want my 45 and 55-year-olds to concentrate on making a place, finding a place. Place is very important. Places are being erased and removed, and so secure something while you can. They want people to be renters in America. So that's a control mechanism if you are a renter. If you own your home, watch where you're going to own the home. You know, I can see how people are coming off the grid. I saw where some black people got an RV and said that they're going to live in the RV. They're off the grid, so they can get up and move. And I wouldn't be too far removed from that. I would like to have an RV. If I need to escape, then we need to have something we can live in. And so, you know, all of this is going through my mind. For whatever reason I'm supposed to say all this, I'm going to say it. I have learned to just say what comes to me so that the person on the other side of the screen can get the message. Because I said that for a reason. I don't know for whom. But 45 and 55-year-olds, you all got a long time on this earth, God willing. If you're 45, you got another 50 years, and especially 55, you got a good 40. I always say that. 65, you got a good 30. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of days. 75, you got 20. And I'm in the 80s. I ought to have, no, they ought to have 30. I ought to have 28, 19, yeah. I ought to have 20. I ought to have at least 15. I don't know the way this body shut down today. Ooh, these things that have attacked, they have just attached. I remember the late Sandra Jackson saying to me, now I understand what she meant. She said, Georgianne, she said, they just keep coming back. She said, they just keep popping up. And she said that to me, and then she passed away. And I was like, oh, how could she leave me, you know? And so they just keep coming back. They just keep popping up. But I follow my son-in-law. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. Can't give in to it. I had to give in today because I was so excited about speaking and so excited about talking about the books and the work and moving people. It was a conference. I wanted to ensure them and make sure that they left this conference with information they can use when they arrive back in their different cities. And my body would not let me get it all out. Nevertheless, my 45 and my 55 and my 65 and my 75. I need you to stop buying some stuff and start investing in a place where you can have space to be yourself and protect your family. I'm gonna say it again. Stop buying some stuff and start taking that money and investing it in a place and a space where you can be yourself. Yes. And you can protect your family and your family can be protected. I think I like the RV. I don't know how much they cost, but I think I like to have one. Now people say, well, I'm not running anywhere. I'm not saying run anywhere. I'm just saying what's the Bible said, be ye also ready. That's all I'm saying. My daughter said we needed a boat, and we used to have a boat, and we don't have a boat now. So I'm gonna put out here everything that's been said because I don't know what the message is. I'm not a prophet. Oh, I'm surely not that. Joshua Giles, I need to make sure you know that I'm not saying I'm anything. I'm just saying the stuff come to you in different ways. We need to be mindful of those thoughts that come to us, that say to us, we need to move down a different lane. Did you see what happened in Atlanta this weekend? They said they didn't have enough room on the map to put all the shootings. In Atlanta, black people, what in the heck are you doing? This is not an Atlanta that shoots up other people. Where do y'all come from? Are you born and raised in Atlanta? People born and raised in Atlanta, they don't do that. People born and raised in Atlanta, they got a different feeling about the city and the stores and the schools and colleges. I don't understand why you want to shoot up a whole. They didn't have enough room on the map to put all the shootings. Who are these people? Where did they come from? Talking about who lived here, where'd they go? Who are these people and where'd they come from? These are not anybody I know. These are not Atlanta people. I don't know where y'all came from. Y'all need to go on back somewhere with all that. Because this is a classy city. You never saw Atlanta on the news during the civil rights with any dogs, any shooting, any hoses? Because we use our intellect here. We get in a room, we have a discussion. I don't understand this violence. Where did it all come from? Is it part of the new day? Is it something in the food? Is it a wound? I talked about that today. I talked about a wound from people not having the place and space they used to have. And so maybe they're suffering and they don't know how they're acting it out. Other sufferings has nothing to do with anything but what happened when they was 10, what happened when they was 15, what's happening now. 45, 55, 65, and 75. Get a grip on your life. Get a grip on it. Stop some of this with you in them streets. Stop some of that in them streets. Get you a spot. 2 or 3 of y'all. Kappas, Sigma Divine 9. Come on now. Find some space. Find you a space. Because over the hill, down the road, I see a cloud coming. I've been talking to y'all about it. I've been talking to you about it. It's a cloud. Over the hill and down the road, you can see the dust from the cloud coming. You gotta be prepared. I told you so, got a couple more years. You Got a couple more years. Get it together, 45, 55, 65, and 75. Because I'll be 83 Saturday. And we're supposed to make sure we do and leave something here that's worthwhile. I created some stuff. I did that. But I need for you to get a grip on this thing. These people they try to have a trick. You know you can't trick the tricksters. All right. You see, I got my good dress today. When you see this dress, I got my good dress. It's a good dress. I wore a good dress for some Morehouse today. I don't come fabric. It's fabric that makes a good dress, you know. It's the fabric. You say, oh, I don't like, baby. I love you. Oh, I laugh at myself sometimes. And you can't do anything about it.